Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, we are discussing about OOPS interview question and answer for fresher. So, without any ado, let's get started. Question number 1. What is the difference between OOP and SOP? So, OOP, Object Oriented Programming, is a type of programming which is based on object rather than just function and procedure. SOP, Structural Programming, provides logical structure to a program where programs are divided into functions. OOP follows bottom-up approaches and SOP follows top-down approaches. OOP provide data hiding with the help of abstraction and SOP does not provide data hiding. OOP can solve problems of any complexity, but in SOP, it can solve only moderate problems. In OOP, code can be reused with the help of inheritance, and SOP does not support code reusability. Question number 2. What is object oriented programming? So, object oriented programming is a type of programming that is based on object rather than just function and procedures. Individuals objects are grouped into classes. OOP implements real world entities like inheritance, polymorphism, data hiding, etc. into programming. It also allows binding data and code together. Question number 3. Why use OOP? OOP allows clarity in programming. Code can be reused through inheritance. Data and code are bound together by encapsulation. OOP allows data hiding. Problem can be divided into different parts, making it simple. Question number 4. What is the difference between class and object? Object is a real-world entity which is an instance of a class. A class is basically a template or a blueprint within which object can be created. An object acts like variable of the class. Classes bind the method and data together into a single unit. An object is a physical entity while a class is a logical entity. Objects take memory spaces when they are created. A class does not take memory spaces when they created. Object can be declared as when it required. Classes are declared just once. Question number 5. What is inheritance? So inheritance is a feature of OOPS. It allows classes inherit common property from other classes. For example, if there is a class such as vehicle, other classes like car, bike, etc. can inherit common properties from the vehicle class. This property helps you get rid of redundant code, thereby reducing the overall size of the code. There are 5 types of inheritance: single inheritance, multiple inheritance, multi level inheritance, hierarchical inheritance, and hybrid inheritance. Question number 7. What are the limitations of inheritance? Increases the time and effort required to execute a program as it requires jumping back and forth between different classes. The parent class and the child class get tightly coupled. Needs careful implementation else would lead to incorrect result. Any modification to the program would require change both in the parent as well as the child class. Question number 8. What are the advantages of inheritance? So, here the main advantages of inheritance are code reusability and readability. When child class inherit the property and functionality of parent class, we need not to write the same code again in child class. Question number 8. What is polymorphism? Polymorphism refers to the ability to exist in multiple forms. Multiple definition can be given to single interface. For example, if you have a class name vehicle, it can have a method name speed, but you cannot define it because different vehicle have different speed. This method will be defined in the subclasses with different definitions for different vehicle. There are two types of polymorphism: static polymorphism and dynamic polymorphism. Static polymorphism is a kind of polymorphism that occurs at compile time. Method overloading is the example of static polymorphism. Second is dynamic polymorphism. It is a runtime polymorphism, and method overriding is the example of dynamic polymorphism. Question number 11. Differentiate between overloading and overriding. So it is most important question. Two or more method having the same name but different parameters or signature is known as overloading, and it can be resolved during compile time. Child class redefined methods present in the base class with the same parameters is known as overriding, and it can resolve during runtime. Question number 12. What is encapsulation? Encapsulation refers to binding the data and the code that work on that together in a single unit. For example, a class. Encapsulation also allows data hiding as the data specified in one class is hidden from other classes. What are, what are access specifier? Access specifier are keywords that determine the accessibility of method. Some access specifier are public, private, and protected. Question number 14. What is data abstraction? Data abstraction is a very important feature of OOPS. It allows displaying only the important information and hiding the implementation detail. For example, while riding a bike, you know that if you raise the accelerator, the speed will increase, but you don't know how it actually happened. This is data abstraction, as the implementation details are hidden from the rider. Question number 15. How to achieve data abstraction? It can be achieved by abstract class. An abstract class is a class that consists of abstract methods. These methods are basically declared but not defined. If these methods are to be used in some subclass, they need to be exclusively defined in the subclass. Question number 16. Can you create an instance of an abstract class? No, instance of an abstract class cannot be created because it does not have a complete implementation. However, instance of subclass inherit the abstract class can be created. Question number 15. What is an interface? It is a concept of OOPS that allows you to declare method without define them. Interfaces, unlike classes, are not blueprint because they do not contain detailed instruction or actions to be performed. Any class that implements an interface defines the method of the interface. Question number 16. Differentiate between data abstraction and encapsulation. Data abstraction solves the problem at the design level, and encapsulation solves the problem at the implementation level. Data abstraction allows showing important aspect while hiding implementation detail. Encapsulation binds data and together into single unit and hide it from the world. Question number 17. Difference between friend function and virtual function. Friend function is a non-member function that usually have private access to class representation. Virtual function is a base class function that can be overridden by derived class. Friend function is used to access private and protected classes. Virtual function is used to ensure that the correct function is called for an object, no matter what expression is used to make a function class. Friend function is declared outside the class scope. It is declared using the friend keyword. Virtual function is declared within the base class and is usually redefined by a derived class. It is declared using a virtual keyword. Friend function can access private member of the class even while not being a member of that class. Virtual function is used so that polymorphism can work. Question number 18. What is constructor? A constructor is a special type of method that has the same name as the class and it is used to initialize object of that class. Question number 19. Types of constructor. Types of constructor different from language to language. However, all the possible constructor are default constructor, parameterized constructor, copy constructor, static constructor, and private constructor. What is a destructor? It is a last question. A destructor is a method that is automatically invoked when an object is destroyed. The destructor also recovers the heap space that was allocated to destroyed object, close the file, and database connection of the object. So these all are the questions that can interviewer may ask for freshers. So prepare well and practice more and all the best for the interview. Thank you for watching.